Okay, so we're going to be, for your QA, you're going to get a sheet of paper with a squiggle. You get to choose the squiggle, okay? You're going to get that, and you're going to need a pencil, and you can, maybe in a few minutes we can get a Sharpie. But you're going to need a pencil, and you're going to choose what your QA is going to be. You're going to look at it, and you've got to turn it several different directions to try and figure out what it could be, okay? So there's going to be a whole bunch of them. Like if I look at this one, it looks kind of fish-like to me. So like maybe I could do something like a fish. If I turn it this way, it could be a teapot. You know what I mean? So we could go on and on about like what it could be. It could be a space guy, or it could be a guy, if I had a hole here and I had another edge over here, it could be a scuba diver with like tubes coming out. So you could do a whole bunch of different stuff. You could have like fish and bubbles and stuff around it. So I grabbed this one, and what I want you to do is as soon as you figure out what it looks like. So to me, there's an artist named Georgia O'Keeffe, and it kind of, to me, looks like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting. So I'm going to flip to once I know what it looks like, I'm going to flip to my computer. And I'm going to, let me pull that off. I'm going to type into my Google Georgia O'Keeffe flower, which you can already see I've done, and then click images. So I've got a whole bunch of images of Georgia O'Keeffe's flower. There was one. This one I think I could work with the most. Okay? Now, I suggest you right-click and copy that image, then go to your drive and your art ideas. So I'm going to search my drive for my art ideas, because everybody should have an art ideas folder. And I'm going to add one in. I'm going to right-click and paste it so I protect that image. And remember, whenever you drag an image, you always drag from a corner so it doesn't distort it. So now I've got something I can draw from, okay? So I'm going to be looking at this just to get ideas. I'm not trying to draw it perfectly. I'm just getting the gist of what I could be doing. So I'm going to switch back. I don't want to draw it exactly. I just need to know what it looks like. Give it 1 minute. Okay. So now I've got this, and I'm looking at my Georgia O'Keeffe painting. I think I'm going to turn it this way. And I'm going to extend some of my lines to finish off the drawing. I start first really light, kind of work through where I would want to create my drawing, and give a little bit more detail. Find some of the lines and make them kind of work within the piece. I could extend this line and make that be a petal that's underneath it. Maybe there's another petal here, maybe there's a pointier petal here to balance this out. And I keep doing that until I create an entire picture of it. So I'm looking at the Georgia O'Keeffe painting that I've got here. I want to do some of these leaves. So there's leaves coming out of it. There's another, I'm going to do a center space here. And I'm just looking at shapes that I see. I'm not trying to make it look exact. I'm just getting it as close as I can. I'm going to let some of this go off the page. Thinking about like maybe where I place things. We want to fill up the page. Now, after I get the sketch on, this one has like a V shape that comes out of it, I think. After I get the sketch on, then I'm going to go back in with my pencil or with my, sorry, not pencil, but Sharpie. And you're going to use two different kinds of Sharpies. We want to have two different kinds of lines. So I'm kind of finishing up and making sure I fill the space. You either want to fill up all of the foreground space or give me a foreground, middle ground, background. Okay, so let me see if this helps you guys see it. Does that help with line? A little maybe? is that worse? It's actually better that way, isn't it? Alright, so now what I'm going to do is go back in with my Sharpie. Try one that works. Go back in with my Sharpie and detail in all the lines. Okay? Some of the lines I want to be fat and some of them I want thinner. Still struggling. Let's see. There we go. The lines that are closer to me, like to the viewer, you would want fatter. So you might take like a fatter Sharpie for those. I am not winning on the Sharpie war. Here we go. So that some of my lines are thick and some stay thin. This part of the petal is a little bit closer to the viewer, so I'm going to make that a little thicker. And then things that are further away, I can make thinner line Sharpies. So you should have, when you're done with your QA, you should have different thicknesses of Sharpie. So you can see like the flowers starting to happen. Some things can go off the edge. You're not going to actually put color into these yet. You're going to do that later. So we're just wanting a nice line design. Now, when you first came in, go thinner out here. I'm going to pull up on my pressure. When you guys first came in, we had a certain line started, but we didn't have a full design. Now we're starting to get like a full design of like the actual piece. So if I had taken the fish, I could have, what could I have done? If I decided I wanted to make a fish, what do I search for? Guys? Any kind of fish, right? Tropical fish or whatever. And then you just look at that. Does it have to look exactly like it? No, but I do want you to be able to show me what website you went from. Okay? So, if you look here, Connor, can you stop it?